a real estate agent? Number 1. At the time the owner listed his home with a salesperson, he informs her or his general dislike of members of a particular ethnic group. The salesperson later shows the home to 2 prospective buyers, one of whom is a member of this group, and both make an offer. When the owner contacts the agent again, she does not present him with the lower offer, which was made by the member of the minority group. The salesperson has violated A. The Civil Rights Act of 1866. B. Only the New Jersey Real Estate License Law. C. The New Jersey Law Against Discrimination, Federal Fair Housing Laws, and New Jersey Real Estate License Law. D. Only federal fair housing laws. The answer is C. The New Jersey Law Against Discrimination, Federal Fair Housing Laws, and New Jersey Real Estate License Law. Number 2. Which of the following acts is permitted under the Federal Fair Housing Act? A. Advertising property for sale only to a special group. B. Altering the terms of a loan for a member of a minority group. C. Refusing to sell a home to an individual because he or she has a poor credit history. D. Telling a protected individual that an apartment has been rented when in fact it has not. The answer is C. Refusing to sell a home to an individual because he or she has a poor credit history. Number 3. The Civil Rights Act of 1866 is unique because the Act A. Protects all persons, male or female, based only on color. B. Provides exceptions based on income. C. Requires the complainant to file suit in a state court. D. Covers only the areas of race and color. The answer is D. Covers only the areas of race and color. Number 4. I hear they are moving in. There goes the neighborhood. Better list with me today. Is an example of A. Steering. B. Blockbusting. C. Redlining. D. Testing. The answer is B. Blockbusting. Number 5. The act of channeling home seekers to a particular area, either to maintain or to change the character of a neighborhood, is A. Blockbusting. B. Redlining. C. Steering. D. Permitted under the Fair Housing Act of 1968. The answer is C. Steering. Number 6. Which would not be permitted under the Federal Fair Housing Act? A. The Harvard Club in New York rents rooms only to graduates of Harvard who belong to the club. B. The owner of a 20-unit apartment building rents to women only. C. A convent refuses to furnish housing for a Jewish man. D. All of these. The answer is B. The owner of a 20-unit apartment building rents to women only. Number 7. Under federal law, families with children may be refused rental or purchase in buildings where occupancy is reserved exclusively for those aged at least A. 57. B. 60. C. 62. D. 65. The answer is C. 62. Number 8. guiding prospective buyers to a particular area because the agent feels they belong there may lead to A. Blockbusting, B. Redlining, C. Steering, D. Bird dogging. The answer is C. Steering. Number 9. Refusal to rent to someone because they receive public assistance violates A. The New Jersey law against discrimination, B. Executive Order 11,063, C. The Fair Housing Act of 1968, D. The Civil Rights Act of 1866. The answer is A. The New Jersey law against discrimination. Number 10. A policy of never renting to people whose income is derived from public assistance violates A. No law, B. The most recent presidential executive letter, C. The New Jersey law against discrimination, D. The Civil Rights Act of 1866. The answer is A. No law. Number 11. Refusing an apartment to a couple because they are unmarried violates A. No law, B. The New Jersey executive law, C. The law against discrimination, D. The Civil Rights Act of 1866. The answer is C. The law against discrimination. Number 12. A mortgage company makes it a practice not to lend money to potential homeowners attempting to purchase property located in predominantly black neighborhoods. This practice is known as A. Redlining, B. Blockbusting, C. Steering, D. Qualifying. The answer is A. Redlining. Number 13. A court found a landlord guilty of illegal discrimination and ordered him to rent his next available apartment to the person who was unfairly hurt. The court order is an example of A. Punitive damages, B. Actual damages, C. An injunction, D. A monetary penalty. The answer is C. An injunction. Number 14. The seller who requests prohibited discrimination in the showing of a home should be told A. As your agent, I have a duty to warn you that such discrimination could land you in real trouble. B. I am not allowed to obey such instructions. C. If you persist, I'll have to refuse to list your property. D. I cannot list your property. The answer is D. I cannot list your property. Number 15. A good precaution against even unintentional discrimination is A. Detailed record keeping on each customer, B. Use of a standard financial interview form, C. Routine follow-up phone calls, D. All of these. The answer is D. All of these. Number 16. The Federal Fair Housing Amendment of 1988 added which of the following as new protected classes? A. Occupation and source of income, B. Disability and familial status, C. Political affiliation and country of origin, D. Prison record and marital status. The answer is disability and familial status. Number 17. As of 2020, the fine for a first violation of the Federal Fair Housing Act could be as much as A. $12,300, B. $15,435, C. $19,787, D. $21,410. The answer is D. $21,410. Number 18. The only defense against an accusation of illegal discrimination is proof that it A. was unintentional, B. didn't cause financial loss to anyone, C. arose because the agent was ignorant of the law, D. didn't occur. The answer is D. didn't occur. Number 19. Undercover investigation to see whether fair housing practices are being followed is sometimes made by A. testers, B. evaluators, C. operatives, D. conciliators. The answer is A. testers. Number 20. Participation in the HUD-NAR Fair Housing Partnership is A. required by law, B. automatic when regular dues are paid, C. voluntary, D. open to brokers only. The answer is C. voluntary. Number 21. Complaints brought under the New Jersey law against discrimination A. must be filed with the New Jersey Superior Court, B. must be filed within 180 days after the discriminatory action occurs, C. must be filed with the federal court, D. are also filed in the local court. The answer is B. must be filed within 180 days after the alleged discriminatory action occurs. Number 22. The New Jersey law against discrimination A. requires the owner of a multiple dwelling of 35 units or less to file an annual report regarding the racial composition of the residents of the property. B. disregards discriminatory lending practices on the part of savings and loan associations and other institutions that make mortgage loans. C. permits an owner-occupant of a one- or two-family residence to deny housing to a tenant based on the applicant's age. D. is rarely enforced or observed. The answer is C. permits an owner-occupant of a one- or two-family residence to deny housing to a tenant based on the applicant's age. Number 23. The Mount Laurel Court decisions attempt to correct housing discrimination based on A. race, B. income, C. religion, D. political affiliation. The answer is B. income. Number 24. At the time a property is listed, the homeowner must be given a copy of the A. HUD Fair Housing Poster, B. New Jersey Law Against Discrimination, C. Attorney General's Memorandum on Discrimination, D. Division of Civil Rights Home Sellers Information Pamphlet. The answer is C. Attorney General's Memorandum on Discrimination. Number 25. If a New Jersey salesperson sent bright yellow postcards to all the homeowners in a neighborhood warning them that several immigrant families were planning to move into the neighborhood and suggesting that property values were about to fall, the salesperson would be guilty of which of the following? A. Redlining. B. Screening. C. Testing. D. Blockbusting. The answer is D. Blockbusting.